Thank you, Sergeant Bell. Sergeant Evans will now present the Physical Fitness Awards.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, honored guests. Good afternoon, new officers. I am Sergeant Patrick Evans, and I am responsible for the physical and tactical training components of our basic recruit training program. And although I am responsible for that, the bulk of the day-to-day training is done by my staff, whom I would like to recognize very quickly at this time. Please stand up when I call out your name. They are Officer Dave Medina, Officer Charles Thomas, Officer Carol Vega, Officer James Zuba, and Officer Julie Gill. These officers are highly dedicated, highly motivated, highly skilled, and highly trained. And I could not and would not get this kind of work done every day without their level of commitment from day to day. I want to personally thank you for what you do. I appreciate it. You guys make it a pleasure to come to work every day. Ladies and gentlemen, your men and women are required to successfully complete a very rigorous physical training program as part of their basic training. It is designed to build cardiovascular endurance, flexibility, and dynamic upper body strength, all important to the work of a police officer. The training is also designed to instill in each recruit a sense of personal pride and confidence. Because it is challenging and often difficult, it requires a high level of commitment and dedication. The 118th recruit class met that challenge. And now it gives me great pleasure to present the awards for highest overall proficiency in physical training for top male and top female. The award for highest overall proficiency in physical conditioning for a male recruit is presented to John A. Periandri. John, would you come up here? The award for highest overall proficiency in physical conditioning for a female is presented to Marjorie K. Gerbeck.
Thank you, Sergeant Evans. And now it gives me some pleasure on behalf of the Ordnance Unit, and I say pleasure because I know how hard they work, and some days the range can be like Siberia, and some days it can be like the Mojave Desert, but every day the range staff does an excellent job. So I would like to present the Top Gun Award for highest firearms proficiency to Officer Brian S. Lanassa. Now I would invite Mr. Tom Murphy, field agent for the Ohio Peace Officer Training Commission, to come forward and make a special presentation.
Good afternoon. That was my little brother. Thank you very much for inviting me, and on behalf of my boss, the Attorney General of the State of Ohio, I congratulate all you new officers. There were 80 officers in this academy, and it is No easy task for all 80 to pass the first time, and they did. As a matter of fact, the average score for this class was in excess of 91, the average. Gentlemen, ladies, you've brought this test to its knees. It is my privilege to present for the high score with a 98, Officer Edward Lynch.
Congratulations to all the award recipients. Thank you very much. Now I would like to call to the podium the President of Cleveland City Council, Mr. Jay Westbrook.
Thank you very much, Lieutenant, to Mayor White, to Chief Martin Flask, and to the entire command staff, to the assembled clergy here today with this very important ceremony, who I want to remind our new officers and their family are there with you every day as you move forward in carrying out your very important work on behalf of the city of Cleveland. The chair of the Public Safety Committee, Roosevelt Coates, is battling a cold that is going around and has his vocal cords, and he's asked me to share in my remarks his remarks as well, and I will do that on his behalf and on behalf of the 21 members of the Cleveland City Council. I think Michael Vinecourt said it better than I could, how important this chamber is, and his sharing his own personal experiences here in this chamber. To our clergy, our temples, our synagogues, our mosques, our churches are built to show the grandeur of the human spirit reaching for God. This chamber was built to show the importance and the high calling of public service. And as you took your oath today, you have joined the ranks of former police officers and current police officers and public servants of the city of Cleveland, who have been called to a task that's not always held in the highest public regard, but a task that requires an inner calling and a commitment to serve. As police officers, along with fire and EMS, our safety officers, you even have a special calling because you have put yourself on the line, on that front line or that thin blue line that sometimes protects that fragile balance between community and chaos of crime and disorder. As the mayor indicated, in this decade, Cleveland has stood out as a community that has been on a steady march of building public safety and reducing the chaos and crime. So today, with the oath, you join that effort to continue to eliminate crime and to raise the level of public safety. And Mayor, it really is good here in this chamber to see the front row used for the new recruits as well. This is such a large class. There have been times where we've been able to get the entire class inside this railing, and we've had to move the class all the way out into the seating area and then have the standing room only. So this chamber is again honored as you take your oath, as you gather here, and as you begin this journey. And I'm going to ask you on behalf of the City Council, as you leave here today, that you remember 4 important elements that you've shared here today. First, this very solemn calling of public service that you've shared in the oath. Remember, secondly, that the eyes of the community, as the eyes of the community are on this chamber and the public's work, the eyes of the community are on you and with you. And third, maybe in those tough times when it seems not many are there with you, remember that your elected public servants are with you on that front line, on that thin blue line every day. And last, but most important, that you're not there alone, that your family, your God, is with you as you carry out the very meaning of the oath that you took today. On behalf of the members of the Cleveland City Council, we applaud you as you join in the ranks of public servants serving in this very high and noble profession, and serving the people of the city of Cleveland. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Westbrook. Now I would like to introduce the Director of the Department of Public Safety, Mr. Henry Guzman.
I have to lower this mic. Good afternoon, Mayor White, Chief Flask, Police Command Staff, cadets, family and friends, and our distinguished guests. As all of you well know, I'm the new Director of the Department of Public Safety, having led the Department of Public Service for several years, and I'm honored that the Mayor called on me to lead this most important department as we look forward to entering the new millennium. Let me begin by expressing my heartfelt congratulations to our 79 police recruits, our 1 firefighter, and most importantly, the family and friends who have sacrificed and supported these young men and women during their 19 weeks of academic training. Your commitment to public service is a priceless ingredient. Each of you have gone through the same procedure to be hired. You've gone through the same 19 weeks of academic training. You wear the same uniform, will be given the same exact badge when you are sworn in. However, there is one priceless ingredient that would distinguish you from some others who have worn the same uniform. It is your honor and integrity, and it is the way that you will carry out your duties. The career you have chosen is a challenging one. By placing this badge on your chest, you're making a pledge to put the needs of the others ahead of your own. You're making a pledge to treat all Cleveland residents with respect and dignity, regardless of their race or economic circumstance. You are making a pledge to communicate with each mother, father, brother, sister, uncle, as the mayor has mentioned, as if they were your own. You have not chosen a job, you have answered a calling. Each of you is making a commitment to protect and serve the citizens and visitors of this great city. You are making a vow to act when most men and women are stricken with fear or overcome with emotion. Let there be no doubt about your mission. As you stand before me and the mayor and your colleagues and your families, let there be no doubt in your mind about your mission. Let there be no question about what is expected from you. Keep in mind that people who expect less than the best will often get it. I'd like to conclude by stating to you to stay the course. Although at times it may seem that yours is a thankless job, it is vital that you carry the excitement and enthusiasm that you feel today throughout your entire career. When you feel tired and weary and you must reach down deep inside to pull out the compassion and professionalism that you commit here today, it is essential for each of you to stay your course. It is indeed an honor for me to have been here today to honor you as you move forward to take on this most prestigious job as police officers in the great city, the city of Cleveland, Ohio. It is indeed an honor for me to start in this new career along with you as director of this great Department of Public Safety. I congratulate every one of you and your families. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Guzman. Now I'd like to introduce the Chief of the Division of Police, Martin L. Flask.
To the mayor, to the council president, to all our elected officials, to our command staff clergy, to our family, friends, and loved ones, and to all our newest officers, good afternoon. I'd like to make my comments specifically to the class, our new graduating police officers here in the city of Cleveland. I had a chance to talk to you all yesterday morning, again this morning, but this is probably my last opportunity to talk to you in one setting as one group. You've earned the privilege to join our ranks. As your class president so eloquently pointed out, your presence here today is not a right, it's a privilege. This community has entrusted to you the privilege of public service. You've worked hard and you've earned that privilege. You've studied, you've learned, you've trained, and each and every one of you have acquired new skills. You've been pushed, you've been prodded, and I'm sure each and every one of you will admit you did some things during this training process that you never thought you were capable of doing. Commander Downing, Lieutenant Stevens, the entire staff did, in our opinion, an excellent job preparing you for the challenges that you will face. Not everyone who embarked upon this path was successful. It was meant to be that way. Not everyone can do this job of ours, and it is our responsibility to eliminate from this process, this job of ours, those men and women who do not believe is capable of meeting the challenges that we face. We know who you are. We did an extensive background and psychological examination of each and every one of you before we even let you into our training program. Not everyone who passed that screening program made it to this position here today. We know who you are, but more importantly to me is who you will become. Will you be an officer that truly serves the citizens of our community, or will you be someone who's indifferent to the citizens that you come into contact with? For me, and for us in the command staff of the Division of Police, that question is far more important than who you are today. You have in your hands today the power to make a difference. You truly have in your hands the power to touch people's lives. What you do with that power, that privilege, will literally impact thousands of people's lives throughout your entire career. You've been given a golden opportunity to make a difference. This community has entrusted to you a privilege and an opportunity, and I challenge each and every one of you not to waste that opportunity. Take advantage of your ability, your skills, and your training, and make this a better community for each and every one of us. I expect great things from all of you. I believe in the old adage that you get what you expect. And from all of you, I have expectations. I expect pride, respect, integrity, dedication, excellence, and courtesy. I will accept nothing less. I will hold you to very high standards. Standards that some people would argue are unfair. But I and the entire command staff believe that you should be held to a higher standard because of the privilege that this community has entrusted you with. They've entrusted you with the privilege, and they've entrusted you with that badge that you wear today so proudly on your chest. So go forward and serve us well. Hold your head high, because you've earned the right to hold your heads high. Be a leader in this community. You're now part of a great organization that needs you, your commitment, your pride, integrity, dedication, and excellence. God bless each and every one of you, and I wish all of you a long and very successful career. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Over the years, the members of Blue Coats Incorporated have helped the families of police officers at their time of greatest need. During the graduation of each Cleveland Police recruit class, Blue Coats recognizes the top recruit. It is a pleasure to introduce the treasurer of Blue Coats, Mr. Lawrence F. Kozowski.
Patrick, do you know that there's something going on down in Canton today? Does current policy know that you're around? Big as you are. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to address your recruits and your family. And I will direct my remarks as much to the people in the balcony and as around as to you officers in front of me. It's my pleasure to represent the Blue Coats organization at this meaningful graduation ceremony today. Whenever I do this, I make the comment that it is especially meaningful to me because my dad was a Cleveland lieutenant on the Cleveland Fire Department, and I had a great-grandfather who was a chief on the Cleveland Fire Department who died as a result of a fire, the famous Cleveland Clinic fire many years ago. Our organization is devoted to the welfare of the spouses and the families of members of the safety forces, primarily police officers and firefighters, who lose their lives in the line of duty. 1999 marks our 43rd year of service. Since 1956, Blue Coats has helped in many ways the families of 51 police officers and 36 firefighters who have made the supreme sacrifice. Our organization provides emergency funds to these families. We paid off outstanding bills. We took over their mortgage payments, interest-free. We handled legal matters for them. We underwrote health care where insurance was not sufficient to meet. And most important, financially, we helped to educate their children, including college. To date, our organization has paid out $3.5 million to these families. In other words, our goal at Blue Coat is to make it possible for the families to continue as a unit at the same standard of living they would enjoy if their safety forces mother or father were still alive. There are 300 members of the Blue Coats and 147 associate members. And interestingly, unique to any organization that I'm a part of, there's a 2-year waiting list to get into our organization. The dues paid by the members make possible the assistance rendered to these families. With the help of the police and fire chiefs of Cleveland, Blue Coat serves departments throughout Cuyahoga County. We work closely with the Police and Fire Advisory Committee in providing services to beneficiary families. If any of you officers or your families would like more information about Blue Coats, Bob Cummings, our executive director, would be happy to speak to any of you. Now down to the business. Today, as was said, it's my very pleasant assignment to present the Blue Coats Award of Excellence to one of these graduates in recognition of his or her exceptional achievement. It's my honor and privilege to present this Blue Coat certificate recognizing the outstanding cadet in this 118th Police Force graduate class. The award goes to Officer Edward P. Lentz. Thank you. Thank you very much. The award reads, for proficiency and outstanding performance as a trainee of the Basic Recruit School of the Cleveland Police Academy. This Blue Coat citation is presented in recognition of exceptional achievement as the #1 graduate in the 118th class. Congratulations. Congratulations, Officer Lentz. May God bless you and protect you and all your classmates in your new profession and in your personal lives. Thank you all for letting Blue Coats be part of this wonderful ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kozowski, and congratulations again to Officer Lentz. Now for the presentation of the Academy certificates, I would ask the Mayor, the Safety Director, the Chief, and other honored guests at the podium to form a receiving line in front of the podium. Officers, as I call your names, please come forward. Michael R. Basilius. Brian A. Brinker. Byron J. Brody. Khalil G. Caldwell. Michael J. Kansler. Brian J. Chetnick. Thomas E. Shimura. Jennifer A. Chach. Richard C. Collier. Stephen W. Cornacion. Matthew J. Kraska. Dan F. Crisan. Randolph C. Bailey. Michael P. Donegan. Christopher J. Eaton. Danny J. Ellis. Mitchell K. Erb. Anthony Espada. Maximo Estamera, Jr. Marcia E. Figueroa. Kevin R. Fries. Thomas B. Fuller. Matthew T. Gallagher. Marjorie K. Gerbeck. Timothy D. Gill. Joe A. Glasscock. Robert E. Goins. David J. Gorsica. David M. Harris. Courtney J. Jago. Robert J. Janaszewski. Randy S. Jers.